Welcome to Senior Stay or Go TV, a show to educate, entertain, and advocate on behalf of our aging adults. We are here to provide you the best information for your quality of life.
Welcome to Senior Stay or Go TV. Today we have two guests with us. One is Christy Wilson, who's the Executive Director of the Rancho Santa Fe Foundation, and we're going to be discussing the North County Senior Connections program or project. And we also have David Lyons, who is the Senior Services Outreach Specialist for the Interfaith Community Services here in San Diego. Thank you both for being with us today. Thank you.
Thank you for
Christy
having us.
and David, thank you for being here. So that's the first question. How did the North County Senior Connections program begin? And give us a little bit of history and where we are today.
So the Rancho Santa Fe Foundation is a community foundation. We're in our 36th year. We operate primarily in North County. And the objective of Community Foundation is to raise funds from donors, individuals, and then we put those monies into an investment pool and we make grants out into the community. One of our main objectives is to increase our discretionary grant making. That means we identify issues in the community that we can address through some sort of financial support. And 4 years ago, we did some intensive research with the University of San Diego, and the Castor Center, to identify a small but vulnerable population in North County that would benefit from some sort of collaborative effort around resources and also collaborating with service providers to actually provide those services. There is a really large population of vulnerable seniors that live in North San Diego County and primarily along the Highway 78 corridor. These are seniors who do not live below the federal poverty line, but they are vulnerable. They live on limited incomes, and many of them do not get out of their homes on any kind of a regular basis. So that means that transportation is an issue, access to healthy eating is an issue because healthy food is more expensive, unfortunately, and they live almost in isolation. So we did our research, we did a feasibility study which told us exactly what we needed to do. We're a funder in this project. We don't actually do the work. And so part of the collaborative effort was to work with Interfaith Community Services and Dreams for Change. Dreams for Change's role is to actually provide the food truck. We made a grant to them to buy a food truck. It's called Time Together. It's very cool. And they actually take the food truck to 5 different locations, which Dave will talk about a little bit. And then Interfaith provides the programming at each of the sites on a weekly basis. So the seniors have a healthy meal, and then they stay for some sort of a program. And Dave has just been absolutely awesome in the opportunities that he's been able to bring to the programming.
That's awesome.
It's been really fun.
It has been.
You want to expand on the program itself?
Absolutely. I've been with Interfaith for about 7 or 8 years now. I started out as a volunteer in their nutrition program, and I moved over into senior services program about 1.5 years ago as a volunteer as well. But they needed a person to fill in an opening that would help in the programming for this Senior Connections program. And I was able to meet their needs and their qualifications and started as one of the operations people, putting these programs together, putting the lunches on in those 5 locations every day. So we have these programs Monday through Friday, 4 of which are at senior mobile home parks in their clubhouses, and then the 5th one is at a church in their community center. And we get about 38 to 40 people each lunch, and so we interface with about 200 people a week easily, and we've been very thrilled with our ability to be able to help those people. We've become friends with them. We've learned from them their challenges and their goals and their needs, and we have met those needs through this program that Rancho Santa Fe Foundation has funded. It's been very great opportunity.
Yes. Kudos to both of you.
Yeah, really, that's awesome.
It's been great. It's been a wonderful partnership.
It has been.
So with the Dreams for Change and the Interfaith Community Services working together to bring these services to the seniors, is it strictly at those locations that you've identified, and do you plan on expanding that, or what are your long-term goals?
Well, right now, for this past year that I've been involved with this program, we have established those 5 locations as our focus points. With a new funding source, possibly, we will have a chance to revisit them and to look at the sites that may need our service, and consider those as opportunities for bringing the lunch program to them. But right now we have focused on those 5 locations because we found that there is a continual need and that the results have been worthwhile continuing to serve those populations.
Are there any services other than the meals that you'd like to be able to provide?
Absolutely, and that's one of the beauties of this program, because it gives us an opportunity to outreach. Interfaith has been around since the late 70s, and we started when 14 pastors got together because they recognized that there were hungry homeless folks and they wanted to best serve that population. So they pooled their financial resources and their volunteers, and they started to serve that population. Well, we've since grown to 350 churches who are now members of Interfaith, and we have 45 programs. So we serve them in a variety of needs, including veteran services, shelters, housing needs for transitional housing for families and things, counseling, support services, addiction recovery services, and many programs like that. But Senior Connections gives us that opportunity to reach to the seniors, the population that are 55 and above. And we are able to share those other services that we provide to that population as well, through that opportunity to reach them and interface with them on a weekly basis, if you will, each location.
So the Rancho Santa Fe Foundation has been involved with since day one?
Day one. We actually created the program again because we were looking for an issue that wasn't so huge that we would have no impact in it, but was large enough that we would, gain some visibility and also be able to affect the outcomes that we were looking for. We knew that these seniors needed access to healthy meals. We knew they were craving opportunities for socialization, and many have needed the wraparound services that Interfaith has been able to provide. So by devising this program, we felt that it was comprehensive, and our objective was to stay involved with the program from start to finish for 4 years. The first year being that of developing the program, figuring out how we were going to partner with Interfaith and Dreams for Change, and then we'll step away at the end of this year. We will have met our funding commitment, and we will have proven the concept that this works. So in looking forward, the end of this year is sort of our warm handoff to Interfaith and Dreams for Change. We hope the program will continue indefinitely. We'd love to see it expand to other parts of San Diego County, but that's not the main objective, I don't think. But we know how to do it. We know how to do it well. We've learned how to do it better over the last 3 years. There certainly have been course corrections. But I think the strength of the collaboration and the partnership has been there was enough money to do it well. We had the right partners in place, and we also have created a space in which we can come together and look at what needs to be tweaked. For example, when we had all the rain at the end of last year and the beginning of this year, it made the service provision from the food truck to the clubhouses very difficult. We simply moved the operation inside. We reduced the meal opportunities a little bit. We had to adjust to the weather. Who was to know? Right. So I think that's been one of the things we're most proud of, is just being flexible and nimble and adaptable, and the seniors needed to be fed, and we figured out how to do it.
Are the seniors, like you say, in the home park, mobile home park? Can people from outside the mobile home park participate, or how does the word spread into the community?
They are definitely welcome to come from off property. The majority of the people at those mobile home parks are the residents, of course, of those parks.
Right.
But we do marketing, and we put out flyers, and we promote this program in other ways, so that we can get people to come, and we invite them to come on a daily basis if they'd like. And we do have some people that do come to all 5.
So how would someone find out about all the programs that Interfaith actually offers above and beyond this one program that the North County Senior Connection program? Because it sounds like you offer an awful lot of services.
Yes, we do. There is a website that's fairly comprehensive, interfaithservices.org, and people can learn about all the variety of services that we do provide and the types of needs that we meet through those services. And I would encourage your viewers to visit that site.
And are there qualifying factors that enable someone to participate, or?
In some of our programs there are certain requirements that are met because we are funded through grants and through state and federal funds sometimes, and they have requirements that we have to meet. For this particular program, the Senior Connections Group program, we have a minimum age requirement of 55. We don't disallow people that are under that age to come, because families do come, and visitors to Grandma and Grandpa's home will come with them to lunch. We just charge them a little bit more money. But our main objectives for this lunch, and I think that Christy started out with 3 goals: food, friends, and health. And we've kind of expanded that to 5 objectives for this lunch. We want to create a welcoming environment. We want to create a social environment so that people can come and meet new friends and make new friends and visit with old friends. We want to feed them a cost-effective lunch. So our lunches are only $2 for seniors, $4 for non-seniors. So it's really very cost-effective. We want to keep their minds engaged, so we always have that the presenter come in and speak on a topic of interest to the guests, and it's usually a 30-minute talk.
Is that during the lunch, before or after? Or?
We really guard that social time. We give them about 40 minutes of socialization time, and then at about 12:30 every day we will introduce the presenter, let them speak for about 30 minutes with questions and answers, of course, and then we have a raffle that wraps up the presentation with giving away a couple of gift cards to Albertsons or another local grocery chain. And we get really good results that way, and people love the programs. They love the opportunity to learn. And then the last objective that we want to get them out of their isolation and out of their homes, because we understand that isolation creates depression, and depression creates alcoholism possibly, or drug addiction, or all kinds of other problems, right? So we want to help prevent that. So this particular program, I think, accomplishes every one of those objectives splendidly.
You know what's been really interesting for me, you always learn along the way, and that is there aren't as many 55-year-olds as there probably are 80-year-olds in the program, but along that age spectrum, these people are very proud. They've found themselves in these circumstances in many cases through no fault of their own. And so we wanted to provide an opportunity where they would feel dignified. So by paying a small amount of money for their lunches, they don't feel like they're on welfare or they're getting a handout. There are some who qualify for the CalFresh program, and they can use their EBT cards on site. So a $2 meal or even a $4 meal for family members is still considered, you know, affordable, and they're paying for that. They're not getting a handout, and that has preserved their dignity, which I think has been one of the primary reasons why they continue to come back. It's affordable for them, and you know, it's healthy. The other thing that's been very fun is we've partnered with the North County Food Bank, and they provide free produce every week or every 2 weeks.
It's almost daily.
Daily, okay, even better. And so they can bring a reusable grocery bag or whatever, and they can take home fresh produce. So not only are we giving them a healthy meal 1 day a week, but we're also promoting that idea of healthy eating 7 days a week. And by providing that fresh produce, they have a lot of variety. One woman made a comment that she hadn't seen white radishes since her grandmother's victory garden. That was a long time ago. So those little sort of aha memory creating instances have been really fun. And just again, part of the the learning that we've gone through as a result of our relationship with them.
For the millennials, Victory Garden was World War II.
That's right, absolutely. I have to clarify that.
It's like the e-ticket at Disneyland.
That's right.
Nobody
World War II.
Yeah, nobody has
Greatest
a clue.
generation.
So you mentioned, Christy, you mentioned a handoff in terms of your exiting the program. What are going to be your greatest needs and wants and wishes over the next 12 months?
I think finding the funding that will continue this program, to support this program. We are in discussions with a few other foundations that look promising, but we haven't secured that funding yet. So we are actively pursuing new opportunities to expand this program, or I say expand it, to continue it. I don't know that there are expansion plans. We haven't really gotten that far yet, but we are still looking at what does next year hold. So,
awesome. Well, it sounds like what you offer in North County is definitely needed. We work a lot with seniors, and I think it's astounding at how many seniors are living at or below the poverty level in North County, because North County is considered very affluent, but it's not everywhere. So I think they're great services to be able to provide. I know a lot of the senior centers try and provide meals as well, but again, the more people out there providing these services, the more people that can be served by them. So
absolutely.
And these services are going to help these people, this age group, not to find themselves in emergency rooms and urgent cares on any kind of a regular basis. You know, we're not taking blood pressures and doing those kinds of things, but we can see the change in their affect, in their behavior. They look forward to senior connections. It's like on their weekly calendar. Mm-hmm. And they deserve this. They've served our country well over all of these years, and so if we can maintain that healthy lifestyle, even in a small group of people, it's going to change the demographics of North County and hopefully diminish the number of seniors who are finding themselves in these circumstances of isolation and being food insecure.
Mm-hmm. So the food truck is named what now?
Time, T-H-Y-M-E, Together.
Oh, okay.
It was an old orange taco truck when we bought it, and we found a company that would do a wrap, which is just changing the look of the food truck. It's a great truck. It works really, really well. So every meal that is served every day is made to order and with fresh produce. And they're senior meals, so they've been tailored to the particular dietary needs of seniors, as opposed to the fast food and not eating that many of them became accustomed to.
Mm-hmm. That's fabulous. And I again, as Patty said, we get involved with seniors quite a bit, some too late sometimes, and that they just can't stay in that home any longer for many, many reasons, because nobody has been there to support them.
That's right.
Health, food, and the first, what was it, the first mission was?
Food.
Friends.
Friends, right,
Yeah.
Food, friends, and health. So we thank you for coming today, and we wish you much. Christy, thank you for joining us today, and thank you for the Rancho Santa Fe Foundation for putting this program together and funding it for the last 4 years and being really the innovator and leader in making this happen. I remember talking about this 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah. And the dream came true, so kudos for that.
Well, thank you.
And David, thank you for taking this on.
Yes.
I would be interested, you must have a operations past that was allow you to do this so successfully, because it's a big job. Coordination is a huge, party planning is a huge job, so getting people out.
One of the things that I would just like to share a little bit is the collaboration that's gone on in this last year, especially since I've been involved, because I don't have a perspective before. But the collaboration has been between not only Dreams for Change, Interfaith, Rancho Santa Fe Foundation, but Rancho Santa Fe Foundation also had the insight to be able to bring in the Castor Center from USD to oversee this program and to help guide us and to make sure that we are meeting the objectives that Rancho Santa Fe Foundation had laid out for us initially in the program. So they've given us their perspectives on how we could improve the program, how to bring a little bit more accountability, and how to bring new changes to the program that would improve it in many ways. And we've been able to successfully implement those recommendations and those suggestions, and we work with them on a monthly basis. They produce an oversight report, status report, if you will, And then we meet with the whole team on a quarterly basis, and we discuss the observations that the Castor Foundation has made over the course of that quarter. And we are able to keep that communication open and working together very well. And we look forward to those continued communications.
You're preaching to the choir over here. She's the planner and accountability person. I'm not. So she goes, Ron, now there's got to be a plan and there's got to be accountability. Really? Right. There has to be all that to be successful?
But when you have the right partners in place, it's natural, it's organic. And I just want to, certainly echo what Dave said, but thank both of you for bringing this issue forward. Seniors have become a bit of a forgotten part of our population, and that is not the right thing to do. They're still very viable members of our community. So
and have lots to offer.
Absolutely. And so thank you for bringing this issue forward and the work that you do.
Thank you for being here. And we, it's our passion for doing it, and we hope we bring some help for you guys in terms of funding and continue the program and make it bigger and better, because it's very important. So we thank you both for being here today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And stay tuned for more Senior Stay or Go TV.